Hello, my friends. Good afternoon. A warm day to each and every one of you from this beautiful city of Malaysia. And today, this is our last day in Malaysia, so we are just making good of our time. And we decided that on our way to the airport, after checking out of the hotel, that we would go around the city and go to the National Mosque. Although we decided not to step out of the vehicle, and we just decided to move around with our vehicle to look around these beautiful buildings around here at the central part of Kuala Lumpur, and to look at the Moorish style of architectures. And it is quite very humid and very warm because it's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we just decided to go around these places because later on we will be dropping by at the Batu caves, and I'll show you there later on. We'll have our commentaries there when we go to the Batu caves. And for the meantime, let's just enjoy the surroundings here, the city center in Malaysia. And I've been here several times before, and as they said that each time you visit a place, there's always a different impression that is created. You know, I came here during several years ago when times were good, and I've heard a lot the different things that I read in the news, the changes in Malaysia, the political changes and things like that, the economic situation, the COVID-19, etc. And but still, despite of all of this, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur is still a beautiful city, and indeed it is truly Asia and truly a multicultural city. And it's quite warm today, and in some places here there's a traffic jam. Although occasionally there are traffic jams here, especially during rush hour, but the traffic jam here is not as bad as Manila. In Manila it's really bad, and but here it's quite the traffic jam is still tolerable because they have a public transport. They have the MRT or LRT, something like that, and they have the train, and so it's quite a little bit more easier here than in some other places. So later on, I'll take you to the Batu Cave. So for the meantime, I'll just shut my mouth for the meantime, and just give you the time to look around here. Then later on, when we go to the Batu Caves, I'll be giving my commentaries again. So here we are, my friends. We have arrived at the Batu caves. The word Batu is a Malay word meaning rock. So it is actually a lime outcrop, a lime outcrop in the north of Kuala Lumpur. And this is the Batu Caves is one of the major Hindu shrines outside of India. And you can see here, this is a very old temple and a very long history. So actually, the limestone forming the Batu Cave is said to be around 400 million years old, and some of the cave entrances were used by as shelters by the Temoan people, or a tribe of the Orang Asli, several years ago. And as early as 1860, the Chinese settlers began excavating the guano for fertilizing their vegetable patches. However, they became famous only after the limestone hills were recorded by colonial authorities, including Dali and Sayers, as well as an American naturalist by the name of William Hornaday in 1878. So, the Batu Caves was promoted as a place of worship by K. Tambusami Pillai, an Indian Tamil trader, and he was inspired by the well-shaped entrance at the main of the cave, and was inspired to dedicate a temple to Morogan within the caves. So in 1890, Pillai, who also founded the Sri Mahamariaman Temple in Kuala Lumpur, installed the Murti, consecrated statue of Sri Murugan's Swami, in what is today known as the Temple Cave. Since 1892, the Thaipusam festival in the Tamil month of Thai, which falls in the late of January and early February, has been celebrated there. And there were also wooden steps up to the Temple Cave, were built in the 1920. But later on, this was they constructed a cement stairs going up to the cave. So when you go up into the cave, you'll see the cavernous cathedral-like ceiling. So the water is dripping from above because of the water, the precipitation, and then also there are several temple complexes around here, several shrines to different gods, and you can just see there are also bats living inside the cave, and this is really a very old structure here, and it is also a religious site. Okay, so also you can see a lot of activities around here, and in some places here outside of the Batu Cave, they have the rock climbing, and one of the most famous attraction in this temple is the Thaipusam festival. And when you really come here, you can see really an atmosphere of India, because most of the places in India or temples in India also would look like this also. And you can also see a lot of public there's something about the surrounding that will really tell you that this is some sort of like a little India. And most of the ethnic group here are of course the Tamil, because it is in the southern part of India, which is very near to Southeast Asia. So it's time for us to go back to our flight for the airport. And actually our flight will be at 2 a.m. So we're a little bit early. So we'll be spending a lot of time at the airport. And anyway, it's okay, because it can be also time for us to catch some sleep and to catch up with some of the work that we need to do. And there are times also that although it can be boring to be staying in the airport for such a long time, but sometimes there are many things that you can do inside the airport to amuse yourselves. Like for example, you can go around and look at the different shops, or maybe you can dine in some of the restaurants inside the airport, and also try some of the the different delicacies, especially in Malaysia. Their delicacy, they have a very complicated culinary arts here because of the multicultural uh, society that they have. So you have the Chinese, Malay, and you have Indian foods and things like that. And I really like the Indian food, especially the spicy ones, and it really suits my tastes. And also some of the Malay foods here also. And this is also one thing that really I enjoy, especially the food, and especially the spicy flavor of their food. So my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I will just leave it that way. So good luck.